Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, I don't even know who I am anymore? Or felt like no matter how much you grow, there is still a version of you that's adopting, comparing, or just lost? Welcome back to my channel. I am Mona and today we are diving into something real. I'm going to talk about 5 deep truths that, once you understand them, will shift the way you see yourself forever. This video isn't about fixing you, it's about freeing you from the stories, the shame, the old version of you that no longer fit. So take a breath, let's dive into the version of you that's been waiting to rise. I made a mistake. It's now 1 a.m. I see you sitting there, staring at the ceiling, exhausted after a long draining day, wishing you could just fall asleep, but your mind refuses to let you. It whispers, remember when you did this or that. Do you realize how old are you now? And how little you have achieved from the things you once dreamed of? And so begins the spiral of a chain of self-blame, guilt over the past, and fear of a future that feels just out of reach. But what is it that leaves us paralyzed in front of this constant internal bleeding, this emotional drain we can't seem to stop? Reason number one, upbringing. Our upbringing is just the root of either psychological well-being or inner turmoil. It shapes how we relate to ourselves and to those around us. The way we were taught to deal with mistakes, emotions, and expectations sets the tone for how we treat ourselves in silence. Reason number two, the pursuit of perfection. Yes, self-growth matters. You should aim to evolve to become the best version of yourself. But perfection, that's a trap. There is a difference between striving for growth and demanding flawlessness. Perfection, control, constant strength, these are not human traits. They go against the very nature of being human, a being made of contradictions, confidence and insecurity, ambition and disappointment, strength and vulnerability. Perfectionism wears many masks. Perfectionism toward others, like the people I love must succeed. They must work hard and constantly improve. The people around me must never leave me feeling alone. Perfectionism through people pleasing. Like, the more I succeed, the more people expect from me. It's hard to meet everyone's expectations and keep them satisfied. Others often end up disappointed because of how high my standards are. The desire to please others is one of the strongest roots of perfectionism. You begin to feel like every look, every word, every reaction from others carries meaning, and so you pressure yourself to please everyone around you, even if it costs you your own peace. 3 deep-rooted beliefs, that inner voice we speak to ourselves with, the one that characterizes, questions, or belittles us. It's often shaped by the deep-rooted beliefs we have formed about ourselves over the year. What makes someone doubt their worth? What makes a person question whether they even deserve love? What makes a person question whether they even deserve love? It's rarely because they truly believe it, but because at some point in one situation or many, they decided it was true. Instead of rewriting the story, they surrendered to it. And that quiet voice becomes their inner truth. The solution: 1. Deep cleansing of the subconscious mind. You need to revisit the judgment you have made about yourself. Don't surrender to the illusions that have quietly built up over the years and settled deep in your subconscious, shaping your life without even realizing it. Realizing negative emotions. You must learn how to let go of your repressed emotions. There is a full video on the screen right now that dives deep in the letting go method, but in the short, releasing emotions like anger, sadness, or shame begins with accepting them. Allow yourself to feel it and give that feeling permission to pass through you. 3. Recognize your inner strengths. Start your journey of self-discovery. Look for the qualities that makes you you and begin to develop and refine them. Don't belittle yourself. Self-contempt and self-humiliation are deeply unhealthy behaviors. When a person keeps minimizing their own worth, they eventually start accepting mistreatment as if they deserve it, and that's a dangerous place to be. Very dangerous place to be. 5. Positive messages. Surround yourself with supportive energy, even if it's just one person, even if it's your dog, whatever reminds you just you are safe, valued, and loved. Keep it close. Number 6. Praise yourself. Learn to draw confidence from within. Acknowledge your talent, respect your abilities, and take joy in who you are, even in the little things. Let your self-worth come from you. 7. Filter your inner struggles. Don't shame or label yourself as bad. Instead, challenge the behavior, not your identity. Work to change what needs to change. But remember, you're not your actions. You're not your mistakes. Truth number 2. I'm afraid of rejection. First, what drives us to fear others so much? What do we chase their approval, even when it comes at the cost of ourselves? The answer often lies in the toxic rules we plant in our minds and follow with blind devotion in an effort to please others. 10 toxic rules we internally follow to please people. I must always do what others want, expect, or need from me. I have to take care of those around me, whether they ask for help or not. I should listen to everyone's problems and try my best to solve them. I must always be kind, never hurting anyone's feelings. I should care about others' needs before I care about my own. I shouldn't say no to anyone who needs me or asking for something. I must never disappoint or let people down in any way. I should always appear happy and cheerful, never show negative emotions. I must constantly try to please and uplift others. I shouldn't burden others with any problems or needs. But here is the catch. When you live by these rules, you unconsequently start expecting something in return. And that leads to 7 dangerous expectations. 1. Others should appreciate and love me for everything I do for them. They should support and stand by me, especially since I try so hard to make them happy. They shouldn't reject or characterize me because I'm always trying to meet their expectations. 3. People should treat me kindly and care about me just I do for them. They should never hurt me. They should never abandon me because I give them everything they need. 7. Others shouldn't get angry with me. I would do anything to avoid conflict or confrontation. But why do we follow all these rules? It often goes back to childhood wounds. You were emotionally abandoned by your parent. You were left out. So now you will do anything just to be chosen, to feel like you belong. Another deep wound, rejection. Maybe your parents only accepted you under certain conditions. We will love you if you do this. We will be proud of you when you achieve this. That kind of conditional love sticks with you. And even as you grow older, it still shapes how you treat yourself and others. You might say, but what's wrong with being kind? Kindness is a beautiful thing, but when it's driven by the fear of being rejected, it becomes self-destructive. You end up draining yourself with your own kindness. The real problem, you believe that the more gentle, quiet, and agreeable you are, the safer you will be. But the truth is, overgiving and overpleasing strips you of your most basic right. The right to be respected, the right to be seen as worthy, the right to express your feeling without guilt. Truth number 3. But I have a lot of flaws. We don't allow others to hurt us until we begin hurting ourselves. Most of the pressure we experience from others usually stems from the parts of ourselves we haven't made peace with. The problem isn't just in your weaknesses or in others macking you. It lies in how you see yourself. First, you must see me first. Pour most of your energy into yourself. Second, when you give, don't wait for anything in return. And you know this excessive care for others without setting boundaries will make you a target for emotional exhaustion and being drained by others. Truth number 4. The full story of willpower. Most people think it's just magical energy you either have or don't, but science says otherwise. Willpower is more like a muscle. It can get tired, but it can also get stronger. We actually use the same mental energy to resist temptation, control emotions, focus on tasks, and make decisions. That's why after a long, exhausting day, resisting junk food feels impossible. Your willpower muscle is fatigued. So what drains willpower? Decision fatigue. Too many choices exhausted your brain. If you take 2 hours to decide what to dress, what to eat, do you think you will have energy for your goals? Stress. It hijacks your ability to self-regulate. Shame. Believing you are weak for slipping up makes things worse. You don't build willpower by trying harder. You build it by designing your environment, managing your energy, and understanding your patterns. Create rituals, not just goals. Remove temptations instead of fighting them. Practice micro discipline. Start with small wins that build trust with yourself. Willpower grows when you trust yourself to keep the promises you make to you, even tiny ones. So rebuild yourself. Truth number 5. Me and the devil. Overthinking. Overthinking to the point it affects your sleep, focus, appetite, and overall life. What exactly is happening inside the mind of an anxious person? Number 1. Catastrophizing. An anxious mind tends to exaggerate situations. This often happens after experiencing or witnessing a serious incident or seeing someone go through something similar and how badly it ended for them. As a result, the anxious brain reaches a high alert state, leaving a mark in the memory that makes it believe danger is the norm, not safety. That's why it's critical to realize when you are blowing things out of proportion. 2. Inability to handle the unknown. Overthinking often comes from a desperate need to predict the future. For many, it's easier to like through a bad event than to wait for it. But trying too hard to find situations to the unknown just increases anxiety and fuels overthinking. So accept the unknown. Accept that risk is the part of life. 3. Rejection of life's uncertainty. Life is naturally unpredictable. That's a part of its design. Trust God and trust yourself. Believe that you are capable of overcoming hard times. Life isn't just black and white. Even when things get tough, good things will still happen to you. Right now, accept that you are overthinking, then work on letting go of those negative thoughts to finally free yourself from the mental noise. Don't fight anxiety. Accept it to release it. Grab 2 sheets of paper. On the first sheet, answer this question. What is the belief that causes you anxiety but you think it's useful and worth holding on it? On the second sheet, answer this question. What is the more balanced alternative belief? This method will help you filter and reframe your thoughts more easily. By the way, if this spoke to you and you are on your own journey of healing or growth, I linked a 5-minute gratitude journal I use just a few minutes a day, but it really helps. I really recommend it to you. And hey, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need it too. See you in the next one. Bye bye. Mwah.